In this video, I'm going to be focusing on the exponential function, and then I'm going to solve different questions on the under it. So now the first thing I'm going to do is that if you recall the rule, whenever we have integral, right? Whenever you have integral of exponential x what dx. So if you are integrating exponential x dx, and this will basically give us what exponential x plus what plus c. And what happened here is that whenever we are integrating exponential x dx. Now, if you look at this, the power of what of this x here at this side, if you look at it very well, we basically have one there, right? It is one that we have there. So the normal answer we get that we have is actually what exponential x divided by what 1 plus c. That's the normal answer that we have. That shows that whenever we have any constant here, we're going to bring down the constant. It's very, very important. We are going to bring down the constant, then plus c. Then everything here, by writing zero, I'm going to have exponential x plus c. And that shows that whenever we are given integral of 2 exponential x dx, 1 is also here as well. We bring out the 1 if you look at it very well, because all this rule here actually is actually holds true whenever we have 1 here. So since we have 2 here, that shows that this is going to be 2 integral of exponential x dx, which is also taken as writing what 2 exponential x plus what plus c. That's what you're going to have, right? So if you're not given integral of exponential 2x dx, if you are integrating exponential 2x dx, this should give you exponential 2x over 2, then you're going to have plus c. And I'm going to show you the reason why this is what is the answer now. I'm going to show you the reason why it is the answer. So let's just take a look at it, right? Let's check it together. So from here, if I'm applying substitution method, let me just apply u sub. So from here, I'm going to say let u equals what 2x. Then if I differentiate my u with respect to x, I'm going to have the u equals what 2 dx. Then if you look at it very well, I'm having the x here. That shows that I have to make my the x solve the formula. So from here now, making the x solve the formula from here, I'm going to have the x equals what? That's going to give us the u divided by what 2. Right? That's what we are going to have. Then I will come back to this integral here. So if I come back to this in the integral here, I'm going to have integral of exponential 2x is what is u now. If you look at it very well, 2x is u, then multiply by what? The x is actually the u over 2. So I'm going to have the u divided by what 2 here. So in that case, I can bring out 1 over 2. Then I'm going to have 1 over 2 integral of exponential u du. And don't forget that if I integrate exponential u du, I'm going to have what? Exponential u plus c. So in that scenario, we're going to add the final answer to what? 1 over 2 exponential u plus c. Then you can now recall, u is equals to what 2x, right? From this case, that is u is equals to what 2x. You're going to have the answer to what 1 over 2, then exponential 2x, then plus c. So that's the reason why the answer is what the same thing as writing exponential 2x divided by 2 plus what plus c. Can you see it now? So that's what we are going to have. So it's applicable to any constant. If you are going to have another one, let's say we have another one, right? Let's say we have another question, right? So and in this question, we are having it in the form of this. So this is going to be integral of exponential 3x dx. If you are asked to integrate integral of exponential 3x dx, it's still the same thing as writing what? As writing exponential 3x divided by what? 3 plus what plus c. That's what you're going to have, right? Now another one is that if you are given integral of exponential minus x what dx, exponential minus x, you should have the answer to be equal. You should have it to be equals to, that's going to give us minus exponential minus x plus c. This is what you are going to have, and I'm going to show you now. You just say let's u equals to what? Minus x. If you substitute u to what? To be what? Minus x. So the next thing you're going to have is to differentiate. So if you differentiate, you're going to have the u equals to what? Minus the x. That's what you're going to have if you differentiate. Then the x is equals to what? Minus what? The u. That's exactly. Then let's come back here. We're going to have integral of exponential minus x is what? Is u, right? So that's what you have, exponential u. Then from there, we're going to have exponential u, which is equal, then times the x. What's at the x? At the x is given as what? As that's going to give us minus du is what you have according to this one that you're seeing here, right? So from there, we're going to have this to be equal. Bring out the minus, we're going to have minus integral of exponential u, then this is going to give us du, then this is going to be equal, then minus exponential u plus c. That's what you're going to have. Then if you recall that what that u is equals to what? Minus 1, and you put it here, you're going to have the same answer as this. So that's that whenever you integrate exponential minus x dx, you're going to have this as the final answer. Now let's move to the next question that we can have. So we can have another question. So the next question that we're going to have here is that when you are asked what to integrate, you are given integral of what of 5 exponential minus 2x dx. It's very, very important. So this is you just have to bring out the 5. That's the first thing. If you apply the constant rule, you're going to constant multiple rule rather, you're going to bring out what the 5 integral of exponential minus 2x. You're going to have the x in this case, right? So from there you can just say let's use substitution method, because there are many methods of solving a function. There are many rules, there are function, there are method as well. So applying substitution rule, you're going to have you're going to say let u equals what? Equals to negative 2x. So du is going to be equals to what? Minus 2 dx, right? So that's what you're going to have. Then you can just divide both sides by minus 2, right, to get your dx. So you're going to have finally the x is equals to what? Du divided by what? Minus, let me just say minus du divided by what? 2. That's what you are going to have. Then come back here, you're going to have 5 integral of exponential minus 2x is what? Minus 2x is what? Is u, right? So since minus 2x is u, then I'm going to put it here. I'm going to have u. Then multiply by what? My dx is what? Is du over 2. So I'm going to have this to be du divided by what? 2, right? Minus du over 2. So I can factorize this out. So I'm going to have minus 5 over 2. They are going to have integral of exponential u du. So this is going to give us minus 5 divided by what? 2. They are going to have exponential u plus c. Then if you recall, exponential u is what? Is u is what? Is minus 2x. So I'm going to have minus 5 over 2 exponential minus 2x. They are going to have plus c. That's actually what you're going to have. So it's just that if there is no 5 here, let's say assume there is no 5 here, that shows that the answer that we are going to get is actually, if there is no 5, if you ignore the 5, it's actually exponential minus 2x over what? Over 2. Then don't forget to put minus here. You bring everything down. This minus 2 you put, because it is a constant, you put it down. So you're going to have minus exponential minus 2x over 2. They are going to have plus c. That should be the answer. But since you are having 5, you're going to add 5 to it. It's very, very straightforward. So now the next one I'm going to solve is somehow a little bit complex more. Just somehow complex more. So let's just go ahead and solve it. It's very simple as well. So suppose you are given integral, right, of exponential x plus 1 dx, right? It's very, very simple. No, I said it's very, very simple, and trust me, it's very, very simple. So first thing you just do is just to apply substitution method. You use sub, so that everything that you are integrating under exponential function must always resemble exponential u du, right? It must always resemble this. Everything you're going to solve, it must be like this, so that you can get exponential u plus c, right? It must resemble this, everything you're going to solve. So now that shows that we are going to apply substitution. You can simply say let u equals what? X plus 1, yeah? Then you're going to have the u equals what? Differentiate everything here. You're going to have the x. If you differentiate it, then that shows that the u is equals to the x. That simply means the x is equals to what? The u. So come back here, you're going to have integral of what? Of exponential u. There was that the x is what? Is the u, right? So the same thing answer is very, very simple. Can you see it? So you're going to have exponential u plus what? Plus c. And in this case, u is actually what? X plus 1. So this is going to give us what? This is going to give us exponential x plus what? Plus 1 plus c. That's the answer that you're going to have. It's very, very simple. So it's straightforward and simple. Now let's move to another question that we can have under this exponential function. Another question I can have, right? So let's simply solve that one as well. Now let's say you are given integral, right, of exponential s squared then multiplied by 2x dx. Trust me, this is also very, very simple. It's very, very simple. You just have to come and sit down, then you get the answer. Very, very straightforward and direct. So what you're going to do is just what? To use substitution method as well. So if you're applying u substitution, I cannot call this u. I'm going to call this what? U, because whenever I differentiate this, I'm going to have this as the answer here, right? I'm going to have it as the answer. I'm going to have this 2s as the answer. Then it will later cancel out. So what I'm going to do here is just to say let u equals what? S squared. Then if I find the derivative of u, I'm going to have du equals what? 2x dx. Then I'm going to make the x out of formula because I need the x here, right? So here I'm going to have du is equal, du or over 2x equals what? Dx. That shows that I'm basically dividing both sides by 2x here, right? Yeah, coming back to this question, I'm going to have integral of exponential s squared is actually what? Is actually u, right? S squared is what? Is u. So I'm going to put as what? As u then multiply by what? 2x. Then what of my dx? My dx is actually what? Du over 2x. So I'm going to have du over what? Over 2x. So in that scenario now, if you look at this, 2x, you cancel 2x here, then you are left with what? Integral what? Of exponential u dot du, which is also taken as what? As exponential u plus c. Then if I'm replacing what my u, I'm going to have exponential s squared. That's what I'm going to have. Take note of that. Then plus c, because I'm replacing my u with what? With everything here. U is equals to what? S squared. That shows that the u here should be what? To be s squared as well. So that's just what we have. Now let me solve another question so that I can have better understanding on this exponential function. I'm going to solve many questions as I promised. So now let's go ahead and solve question. Let's say we have this one to be integral, right, of exponential 4x plus 1 plus 2 dx. So this is also very straightforward. You can go ahead and try this out. Pause this video, try it out, and drop your answer in the comments box below. I'm going to reply you. Now you have integral of exponential 4x plus 1 plus 2. Now this is also very simple. You just have to say let's u equals what? 4x plus 2, right? Then du is going to give us what? 4 dx. Then dx is going to give us what? That's going to be du over 4. That's what we're going to have. So it's very straightforward, right? So now the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to have everything here to be equal. Integral of exponential 4x plus 2 is actually what? U, as you can see here, right? So I'm going to have exponential u multiplied by what? The x here is actually what? The u over what? Over 4. You can see, as you can see here, is u over 4. So now let's go ahead. We're going to have the u over what? Over 4. So I'm going to factorize 1 over 4 out. So I'm going to have 1 over 4 integral of exponential u du. Then this is going to give us 1 over 4 exponential u plus what? Plus c. Then you can recall that u is something. U is actually what? 4x plus what? Plus 2. So I'm going to have 1 over 4 exponential 4x plus 2 plus what? C. Now go ahead and try this one. I'm going to write. It's very simple. You don't need to show the workings for this one. It's very simple. Just drop the answer in the comment box below. It's because it's very simple and direct. This is actually, suppose you are given integral of exponential 6x plus 8. What does it mean? The x. What is it going to give you? It's very simple. Just know it's going to give you 1 over 6. What is here? Because if you later differentiate this, it's going to give you 0. So you don't need it. You're going to have 1 over 6 exponential 6x plus 8 then plus c. That's what you're going to have. So it's very simple and direct, right? So whenever you're given anything integral, any of this integral, you're going to have 1 over 6 exponential 6x plus what? Plus 8. That's what you're going to have. So if this is 7, 1 over 7. If it is 10, 1 over 10. But what if you now have the case of s squared? That's where another problem. That's where it's called. That's where it's obey this rule. This rule only holds true whenever what? The power of x is what? Is 1. The power of x is what? Is 1, regardless of anything. If this is 800, if you later differentiate this, you're going to be having 0. You understand what I'm saying now? So that's just it. Now let's move to another form of the question. So another form that you can have, right? So it's very important. So the next one I'm going to be giving you guys actually when you are having integral. Let's say you have integral of what? Of exponential 5x squared, then multiply by what? 10x dx. So whenever you're having something like this as well, it's very straightforward. You just have to follow your what? Use substitution, right? And make sure that everything you're solving must obey this form. Integral of exponential u du, it must obey this form. It's very important. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to use substitution method. I'm going to say let's u equal, I'm going to use this upper part because that's what I need to eliminate actually, so that I can be able to integrate this integral very well. So I'm going to have u equal 5s squared here. So if I differentiate this, I'm going to have the u equals what? 10x dx. Then that shows that my dx equals what? Du divided by what? 10x. So if you make it this sort of formula, then the next one we're going to have is actually what? Integral of exponential 5s squared is actually what? U in this case now, right? If you look at it very well, that shows I'm going to have u, then multiply by what? 10x, then multiply by what? The x is actually what? The u divided by what? 10x. So this we cancel this, right? I'm going to have integral of what? Of exponential u du, and that's going to give me what? Exponential u plus what? Plus c. That's exactly what I'm going to have, right? So you cannot recall that what? That u is equal to what? 5s squared. Then what are you going to have at long run? You're going to have exponential 5s squared plus what? Plus c. That's going to be the answer, right? So that's going to be the answer. And I'm going to solve another question here, and then I'm going to solve another question here. So now let's go. The question will be of this one, but it's we are not going to get this as the final answer actually. So now let's go. So let's say the question we have here is actually, let me go ahead and just say we have integral, right, of exponential 2x squared, right, then plus 1, then multiply by what, x, right, then we're having what, dx. It's still like the previous one actually, but one thing is that something is going to happen here. Something is not going to cancel out. You have to take note of that. So now let's go ahead and what, integrate this. We can simply say let what, let x u equals what, 2x squared plus 1. So then if you integrate, that's going to be what, the u equals what, 4x dx. Then make the x out of formula, you're going to have the x equals what, the u divided by what, 4x. That's what you're going to have. Then come back to this what, integral expression, and rewrite it as what, integral of exponential u multiplied by what, x times again what is your dx. The x is actually what, the u over what, over 4x. So that's what we have our dx to be. You're going to have the u divided by what, 4x. Now look at this. What is going to cancel out here is actually what, x. X, you cancel what, x, then you factorize 1 over 4. You're going to have 1 over 4 integral of exponential u du. That's what you're going to have. Then if you integrate the exponential u, it's going to give us 1 over 4 exponential u plus what, plus c. Then you can now recall that exponential u is something, right? So exponential u is actually what? Sorry, u is actually 2x squared plus what, plus 1. So that shows that at long run, if you later put in your u, you substitute your u inside, then what you're going to be having is actually, you're going to be having 1 over 4, right? They're going to have exponential 2x squared plus 1, then plus c. That's exactly what you're going to have, right? So now let's solve the, let me just give you questions to solve, right? It's very, very important. Then go ahead and try the question at home, and then at the same time, once you are done with question, make sure you just drop it in the comment box below. It's very, very important. Make sure you solve it, make sure you solve the question, you understand? And then if you find it difficult to comprehend, right, you can actually drop it. I'm going to solve the solution. I'm going to throw out the solution. So you say, let's say you are given integral of x squared, right, exponential x power 3 dx. So go ahead and solve this. Now the next question I'm going to give you, suppose you are given integral of exponential x minus 2 dx. So go ahead and solve this as well. So let me give you one more question. Go and find the integral of what, of exponential x power what, 3, then multiply by what, when you say 3x squared dx. Then let me simply add plus, let me add 4 here. So make sure you solve this as well. It's very, very important, right? So make sure you drop your answer in the comment section below. I'll be here to reply you. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and then subscribe at the same time. Thanks for watching.